Hello, my stars. Today, PS5 Pro. Now, at first I was thinking, how could I possibly create a video about something I have not yet used or bought? So let's see if I can concoct something or not. I want to straight away though say, I think the negativity from the internet is not warranted. In my previous video, I said, oh, where's the empathy from people? And then at the very end, just as a passing thought, I said reviewers don't show empathy, um, as well as people who haven't yet done the review. They also don't show, like, on the internet, they're already whinging. Like, fair point, okay, it's expensive. I get that. Now, I live in Australia. In Australia, it'll be 1,200 Australian dollars, which is 2 weeks of rent. 2 weeks. Now, so I would personally say rent is expensive. A car is more expensive. A house, to buy a house is more expensive. So it's like, yeah, it's pricey. I get that. But it's also, they also have to make the thing. Like a computer, a high-end computer is more expensive. Um, so I don't feel that point is very relevant. And then I don't know if people are also whinging that it's not powerful enough, like not relevant. I feel that it's like you're not saying anything new if you're saying that. Um, like it's an upgrade. So, you get the upgrade. And I think that's really exciting. Now, about me, I actually cried quite a few times about it because I'm just really hyped. I love new hardware releases, and I mean, I always thought PS5 was like absolutely unbelievable. So to get a Pro version, I love how they've got the sides where the heat can be will come out of the sides. I think it looks awesome. I've always loved to bits the design of the PS5, and so they're sticking true to that. I'm very excited. I love the PS5 to bits, and this is coming from someone who actually jumped on the PlayStation bandwagon with the PS5 because I used to just stick with Xbox and I was very happy with them. I still am. I still do love Xbox. But it has to be said, Xbox brick console, like the big giant rectangle monolith brick, I always thought was they didn't do any design, like thinking on the design side of it. And now you get a white brick. So, all right. Just putting it into context, I think PS5 Pro is very exciting, and it is, I think, the most exciting thing right now available. Um, Now, in their presentation, they did talk, okay, they talked about fidelity mode and performance mode, and you'll get an improvement in one or the other. Now, I just want to talk about where I personally sit on this. And I'll start by saying I'm actually a huge fan of retro gaming. So when it looks like crap and the frame rates are low, it's a different style. I grew up with that style and that style made sense to me. And I'm still very fond of it. It just creates a different experience. And I would liken it to, for example, walking in real life. Now, unless you do it all the time, I try to, but I don't find it very comfortable. Definitely not like in a video game. And that's if it's a very poorly, made game with like low frame rates per second. And I'm like, in real life, walking is a bit harder. And then turning your head in real life, like for me, it's not that simple. So again, that's like again like 20 frames per second, let's say. Um, it can simulate turning better than what it is in real life. And so just to make the point, moving around in real life, it feels a certain way. And so if the frame rates are lower, it kind of simulates real life where, it's not like super smooth because 60 frames per second is so smooth that it doesn't actually simulate real life. Real life is far more clumsy than 60 frames per second, and then there's 120 frames per second. So, that's just like a thing that, I'm aware of, but I'm huge on new hardware. So I do also love, to see the better frame rates and so on. I'm I probably actually used fidelity mode more. They said like 2/3 or 3/4 use performance, and I probably covered the reasons why. But in short, I actually love both sides of it. So uh, yeah, that's it, isn't it? I'm very excited about it. So I like how they explain the three bonuses you get with it. So you get improved ray tracing, when they upscale the detail in the resolution. That's really cool. And what was the third point? Like a bigger GPU. That's brilliant. Like, you know, look at it like this. How can the internet badmouth something that is the most exciting technology, like the best technology on the planet in 2024? It's the best. It wasn't like that in the year 2000. It wasn't like that in the year 2010, 2020. It wasn't like that in 1980. I would say that the PS5 Pro is a lot better than the technology that existed in 1985, for example, which is, I was born in 1984. So, to badmouth it, it makes no sense. I mean, a person can say they don't have the money to buy it, and yeah, I get that, and I sympathize also. Um, but like a valid criticism of the console. I just want to say I think it's great, and I hope you can afford it and that you're excited about it. And Mark did say that there will be a huge range of benefits from it. So it won't just be like you get better fidelity or better performance mode. The games will look better. Like I remember when I bought Xbox One X, the improvement on the Xbox One, and visually across the board, it just looked better. It was incredible. I remember being very happy about that when I played like Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One X. I thought it was very noticeably an improvement, and it made me enjoy the game so much more. Um, Video games are a visual experience. So to get a better visual experience, I think that's brilliant. It's basically all the benefits. They're not applicable if you don't have a 4K TV because you need the power to take advantage of the 4K screen. Um, so it'll be a given that if it's like 1080p resolution, that you don't need the extra power. But other than that, like if you got a 4K TV, um, I'm very excited. So yep, that's my preamble. I can't believe I hit 840. I'm sure I've waffled a lot, but and yeah, if you noticed, like the previous video was deleted, that's because I messed up. I said Covenant, gets this score, but I was talking about Prometheus. So I messed up, and I messed up in another way. Well, I won't go into it. So that video is gone, unfortunately. But this video is up, so that's brilliant. All right, thanks for this. I don't know. It's good to immortalize my thoughts. Well, look, I was positive. A lot of people went up, so I count my video as being above average. They worked hard on it. They spent years. Smart people made it. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Like, you know, no one else made it. Sony made it. So wonderful. Like, if people, the internet isn't happy, but not good enough, well, they could just like do some weeding and gather the weeds, hold it in their hand, be like, wow, that's amazing, because that's the alternative. Okay, Thanks for listening. Have a good day.